tonight is vibes as we syndicate you vibes, you know. You're gonna be hearing some songs off our upcoming EP. Think it's gonna be nice. So right about now, we starting with this one. Ready to blow? So are you ready to go? So are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Oh, ready to blow, ready to blow. Oh, so let me go.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go.
It's time to start the party. Sometimes we be getting dirty. This time we're starting this thing right. Hey, so just kick off your shoes. There's no time to feel the blues. So baby, we gonna do our thing tonight. Oh, leave the work at home, leave the stress alone. Toss away your worries. Ain't got no time for that, baby. Now you got the chance. Lose your fears, just dance. We're gonna rock this party. Just raise your hands if you're ready.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go.
It's time for you to be free. Let's just enjoy the party tonight. We just gonna ease our mind. So just think about the world, 'cause we're not gonna stop us all in the way. Just leaving all our fears behind. So leave the work at home, leave the stress alone. Toss away your worries. Ain't got no time for that, baby. Now you got the chance. Lose your fear, just dance. We're gonna rock this party. Just raise your hands if you're ready.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go.
Let the music take control. Let it seep into your soul. When the bass line starts pulsating, feel the stress evaporate. Let it bring to your mind. We could be no better time to get on the floor, 'cause we're just ready to blow. Ready to blow, start up the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark on the trombone.
Start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go.
Give it up for Mark, y'all. So let me go.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go.
Ready to blow,
ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go.
Yes, folks, good night one more time. We are G-Syndicate. This next song we're going to do for you, you can find it on our upcoming EP called Revive. We released it last year, and we're ready to rock. This one is called Chemistry.
Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey melanin dripping, sweet catty coated honey bar, good looking. The way how you're moving, put me in a mood, I'm glad to see you. Your waistline on the baseline, so attractive, I wanna be a captive. I see a smile on your face now, so beautiful, I know you're original.
So come wind up on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come push back for me, don't hold back, girl, just be free. Now you're not on, show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. That's why, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. Now you're not on, show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. That's why, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. We're still grooving. We're still grooving. We're still grooving.
Come talk to me, girl. Classy and intelligent, are you run the world? I'll let me say face to face. Know you feel the tension, just had to mention. Your brown eyes, shining bright, so gorgeous and glowing like sunlight. I hear your voice, angelic highs, so amazing, I wanna keep this going.
So come wind up on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come push back for me, don't hold back, girl, just be free. I know you're not on, show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause it's still grooving. I know you're not on, show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause it's still grooving. Still grooving. Still grooving. Still grooving.
Hey, girl, I wanna take you home with me.
And hey, girl, show you good energy, yeah.
Hey, girl, I wanna treat you right, you see, you see, you see.
Hey, girl, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky, just the two of us. You and I. What you won't do for love. You try everything, but you won't give up. What you won't do for love. You try everything, but you won't give up. So come wind up on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come push back on me, don't hold back, girl, just be free. Lord, you're not on, show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance with me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause it's still grooving. Lord, you're not on, show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance with me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause it's still grooving. Lord, you're not on, show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance with me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, we're still moving. I know you're not on.
Show off, show off.
You have my attention. And that's what me, baby.
Step out, step out.
Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. We're still grooving. Still grooving. Still grooving. Yeah.
The next selection is entitled Englishman in New York, a song made famous by Sting in the 80s. Hope you enjoy.
I don't drink coffee, I drink tea mate. I like my toaster on one side. You can hear it in my accent when I talk. I'm an Englishman in New York. See me walking down Fifth Avenue, a walking king here at my side. I take it everywhere I walk. I'm an Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an manners make it man, and someone said he's a hero of the day. It takes a man to suffer ignorance and smile. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Modesty's propriety can lead to notoriety. You could end up as the only one. Gentleness, sobriety, all rare in this society. At night a candle's brighter than the sun. In New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made up. There's nothing you can do. In New York, there's more than combat gear to make a man. There's more than a license for a gun. Confront your enemies, avoid them when you can. A gentleman will walk but never run. If manners make it man, and someone said he's a hero of the day. It takes a man to suffer ignorance and strive. Be yourself, no matter what they say.
We know you sing at home.
Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Englishman in New York City. I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York.
Now, growing up in the 90s, I would have loved these songs. I'm sure those of you that know them will love them as well. So we got two songs coming up for you. We got I Wanna Know by Joe and Someone to Love by John B. and Babyface. Hope you guys enjoy.
It's amazing how you knock me off my feet. Every time you come around me, I get weak. Oh. Nobody ever made me feel this way. No. You kiss my lips and then you take my breath away. So I wanna know what turns you on. Yeah, I wanna know, so I can be all that and more. And I'd like to know what makes you cry. Oh, so I can be the one to always make you smile. Girl, he never understood what you were with. No. And he never took the time to make it worse.
More loving girl.
Baby, I'm the kind of man who shows consent. Yes, I do. Any way that I can please you, let me learn. So I wanna know what turns you on. Yeah, and I wanna know, so I can be all that and more. And I'd like to know.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised. Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of Senate Podcast. I am your host, Neil, joined as always my brother from another mother, and your host, Derek. Wait. See, I ain't hearing you. Hold on a minute. Something weird going on here. Something is strange. Let me hear you. All right, but them not hearing you, so something strange. I ain't touched a thing since Tuesday, you know. Anyhow, we put that there. All right, give me some levels there. Nope. All right, hold on a minute. We try to figure this out. Derek, hear me? Nope, they're not hearing you. So why are they not hearing you? Let's figure this out. Let me check the stream. Right, they can hear you, but they can't hear. They can't hear you, but they can hear. Is the mix no? Oh, right. Okay, Derek.
Check.
I think they can hear you. No, just let me double check here so that I can hear you. Derek, you there?
Still here.
This is rather strange. Right, so so they can hear you. I can't hear you now.
Yeah.
So
Oh, give me a quick call back.
having some fun. The Gremlins out tonight. They're having some fun. While I try to figure this out, Derek, how you doing? How is everything going? Talk to me, man. What's good?
Here quiet, here biting, as the old people would say. Hey, had a good workout today. Leg day number 2 for the week, so that's always a good thing. I'm starting to enjoy legs more and more. Gentlemen, don't ignore your legs.
This is so hilarious. There, you there? Yeah, they're hearing both. I can hear you now. Okay, let me switch something here again. Right, but no, they can't hear you. So now if we go now, I'll switch to. Still you there? Right, but they can't hear you now. So now if we go back here and I change this to this now, get him in some levels there, so.
Yeah, check.
Yeah,
Still
they can
here.
hear you, but I can't hear you. So why can't I hear you? All right, this is hilarious, yo. I quite literally did not touch a thing since the other day. Anyhow, I would assume you would have told the people how you were doing. I am well, I am fine. Just trying to deal with everything here. While I try to figure this out behind what's going on, Derek, just let everybody know about G-Syndicate and how we're to find Ready to Blow on the guys.
Yeah, man. You can find us on G-Syndicate6.com. You can find the virtual show Ready to Blow here on YouTube on our channel, G-Syndicate 6. You can also find us on, Struggle Streaming, Aston Boy. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, G-Syndicate 6. You can find us on Instagram at G-Syndicate 6. We got to spell out 6. And you'll find us right there. Shout out all the guys, Kiamal, Waden, Mark, Brett, and Hugh.
It's so funny. Audio monitoring device. I got the monitoring device to put it here. That ain't gonna work. Put it here. Apply. Okay. All right. All right. Just set up. Set up. Let me see here. My headphones. Where are my headphones? My headphones. All right. My headphones are here. And I am not hearing anything. And yeah. All right, let me try something a little different here now. Just bear with us, people. We're just trying to figure out how we can hear each other during live stream. Derek, is still there? No, they can't. No, it gone. Derek, you there still?
Still here.
Yeah.
There.
Okay, they got you there. No. Yeah, I can't hear you. So I don't know how we can work this. So let me see if I can figure out a solution. While we do this, Derek, you may have to message me when you want certain things put up on screen, but you could go ahead and start the stream, start the topic about what we're talking about, and while they try to get this one fixed.
You know how you gonna hook you up here now. Let me see. We can build it as we flat, right? Let me see. Let me see if we can get that word here.
All right, hold on. All right, hold on. You want me to call you back? Let me try to call you back.
Yeah, shut the cut down call back. Yeah.
Still there?
Still here.
Yeah, still there. I still can't hear you. No mic camera to keep going. Cheese on bread, boy. Start call. Start call. Having fun tonight, man. Ring group. And yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I can't hear you. I can't see you. Yeah, man. I ain't really sure what's going on here.
Still here.
But actually, don't move. I want to try saying. There you there?
Yeah, man. Still here.
Still can't hear you. Yo, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane. I literally don't know why I can't hear you. You still there, Derek?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, you keep doing what you're doing. Let me try something a little different here. So, me hide all. There.
Yes, sir.
Still can't hear. Derek?
Yeah.
God, boy. He's on. I'm not sure what's happening, but we are here. And I can hear you, Derek. You there? Just want to make sure you're good. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we really do apologize for our slight hiccup, but you know, some people say that's probably what we deserve. But anyhow, the point is that we here. They can hear you, and that's all.
I can't hear the host. I can't say they try to intervene in the Lord's work, but he can't stop me tonight. What time? Coming back.
Yeah. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit notification bell so you don't miss anything coming on the pipeline. We do content for you 5 days a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we do the Senate Shorts. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do have a live stream here where we deal with everything from the perspective of me. You know, you might not agree, you might agree. That's fine, but that's life in tropics. Anyhow, my brother, we are here. We are glorious. There?
Yeah, man, they here.
Oh. No,
you got me?
Yeah.
See my Kevin Hunt, the host. Patience is a virtue, says Jason Bell. Yeah, indeed it is. Good to see everybody in the crank. Ready to rock tonight. Hit the like button on the way in, folks. We are getting ready to set sail because tonight you're going to be dark in the night, right? Now, you ready for me, Neil? We could proceed?
Yeah. I mean, I can hear you. That was important, so.
All right. Now, I got an article from one of our viewers yesterday. I saw the title, shook my head and kind of dismissed it, right? Because I really don't like messing with my chi and oneness outside of Tuesday and Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the article popped up again today, and it sparked healthy discussion in a group chat I'm in. So I figured instead of doing one of the topics that I've had queued up for a few weeks now, I just do this instead. I mean, if content just going to presenting itself, I could as well just do that as opposed to working myself hard, right? So let's just have a look at this article. It's from Psychology Today by Dr. Greg Matos, and it's about the rise of lonely single men. Why I, kind of looked at it, looked off, because it says.
Hold on, pause a minute. It's still there, right?
Still here.
Yeah, you hold on a minute, man. We get this here figure out. All right. All right. You good to go.
Yeah. The rise of lonely single men. It says dating apps and a drastically changing relationship landscape, right? You still with me, Neil?
I hear, but just give me 2 seconds. Got something here. All right. Yeah, let me go. Go ahead.
Right. So the key points coming out of this article, Dr. Matos was very gracious. He highlighted the key points for us at the beginning. So these are the points to look out for, right? He says dating opportunities for heterosexual men. All right. And then men represent approximately 62% of dating app users, lowering their chances for matches. Right? Because obviously it's more men than women. And then the third key point he highlighted was men need to address skills deficits to meet healthier relationship expectations. And the guy that shared it in the group, he had a hearty laugh at this because, he tends to believe that men are inadequate, right? And that, well, I can get into that. Anyhow, let me go forward. Let me check this article, right? You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Younger and middle-aged men are the loneliest they've ever been in generations, and it's probably going to get worse, right? This is not my typical rosy view of relationships, but a reality nonetheless. Over the last 30 years, men have become a larger portion of that growing group of long-term single people. And while you don't actually need to be in a relationship to be happy, men typically are happier and healthier when partnered. Now, this is interesting because we covered another article from Psychology Today a few, probably months by now, that said quite the opposite of this. That men are actually happier, But anyhow, we can go forward. All coming from the same source, right? Here are 3 broad trends, it says, in the relationship landscape that suggest heterosexual men are in for a rough road ahead. Dating apps. Whether you're just starting to date or you're recently divorced and dating again, dating apps are a huge driver of new romantic connections in the United States, right? The only problem, and there are people here in Barbados who are on dating apps as well, right? This stuff is pertinent. The only problem is that upwards of 62% of users are men, and many women are overwhelmed with how many options they have. Competition in online dating is fierce, and lucky in-person chats encounters with dreamy partners are rarer than ever, right? Yeah. Relationship standards. With so many options, it's not surprising that women are increasingly selective. I do a live TikTok show at a Better Love Project and speak with hundreds of audience members every week. I hear recurring dating themes from women between the ages of 25 and 45. That is critical. You can get to that. They prefer men who are emotionally available, good communicators, and share similar values. All right, we can come back to this. Skills deficits. For men, this means a relationship skills gap that, if not addressed, will likely lead to fewer dating opportunities, less patience for poor communication skills, and longer periods of being single. The problem for men is that emotional connection is the lifeblood of healthy long-term love. Emotional connection requires all the skills that families are still not consistently teaching their young boys, right? I love how we say that, families. are still not consistently teaching their young boys, right? But we know, those of us who are in this sphere, and the watchers here in the cabinet tonight, we know who passes on the culture, right? And who's really responsible for child rearing. But we ain't getting into it. We ain't get dig down yet, right? As I will tell you, we long stroking tonight, right? Well, there's probably no chance of stemming the rising tide of unintentional single men. There is still good news. Well, according to this guy, there's good news. I don't see much from what he's saying, but here we go. The algorithms are becoming increasingly more complex on dating apps and other online platforms. One benefit is that great matches are on the rise. Hinge, one dating app, found through beta trials that 90% of users rated their first date positively, with 72% indicating wanting a second date. How can men reap the benefit of the algorithms? Level up your mental health game, men. Level up. You got to level up, guys. That means getting into some individual therapy to address your skills gap. Yeah, sort yourselves out, guys. It means valuing your own internal world and respecting your ideas enough to communicate them effectively. It means seeing intimacy, romance, and emotional connection as worthy of your time and effort. Right? You made me, Neil?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Folks in the cabinet, I hope you're with me. Right? Stay with me. Ultimately, we have an opportunity to revolutionize romantic relationships and establish new healthy norms, starting with a first date. It's likely that some of these romances will be transformative and healing, disrupting generational trauma and establishing a fresh culture of admiration and validation. Men have a key role in this transformation, but only if they go all in. It's going to take that kind of commitment to themselves, to their own mental health, to the kind of love they want to generate in this world. Will we step up? Yes. Big up Dr. Matos or Matos, however you pronounce his name, right? Folks, you're watching the Senate podcast here on YouTube. Hit the like button if you're here, if you're liking the show so far, if you're interested in the information that we are giving you tonight, right? See Lee in the house, Rianga Nighty, big long watery strokes. All right, so here we go. Now, I've come to realize over the past few years that men are responsible for all the ills in relationships and society at large. And tonight we are going to, dissect this article, because this article is definitely in lockstep with that kind of train of thought. Because towards the end, the goodly doctor invited the men to step up, level up, heal from the traumas and all that stuff, right? Now, this article is placing the blame or the responsibility squarely on men's shoulders and the lack of relationship skills, right? I find that to be disingenuous and misleading, right? What this article is looking at is the apex fallacy, right? And the apex fallacy, you look at the top tier guys and apply that thinking to everybody else. So it's assuming that all men have the same opportunities as the top tier men on the dating apps, right? To study a dating app, folks, and talk about a deficit in men's relationship skills and the rise in relationship standards is as disingenuous and misleading as studying rastas having skills deficit in making sauce. Dating apps are swipe left, swipe right. That's the kind of situation it is. There is no consideration of personality traits or relationship skills on a dating app. It is purely on physical attraction. There's a guy who tried to do a pictureless version of Tinder. Yeah. And it failed miserably because people want to be able to see who it is that they're trying to form a connection with. We did a show on physical attraction some weeks, probably about a month or a month and a half, 2 months ago now. And we discovered or unearthed that physical attraction is first and foremost. You see with your eyes. Yeah, let me keep it real. When you choose someone based on physical attraction, it is not for the purpose of dating a long-term relationship. Not initially, right? So dating apps, we know, are for hooking up, right? The natural progression of relationships is attraction, because you got to be attracted to the person first. You're attracted to them, then you want to seduce them. The man want to get a woman in bed, the woman want to get the man in bed. If it could work out, then we go to the level where we're comfortable with one another. We're trying to form a relationship. Physical attraction always comes first. This is why, folks, most men are rejected on dating apps. So are there 62%? 20% of those 62 men will have access to 100% of the women on the dating app. The other 80% of the 62% are left in the lurch. But the tricky part is that 80% that the women don't want is where most of them will find their man, right? Let me get a bit of some truth here, right? The most attractive men have all the options available to them. And some of them, most of them, will take advantage of that fact. Men are sexual opportunists. There's a reason to call it getting lucky, right? So what happens is women go for the most attractive men on dating sites, dating apps, and those men will lash and dash them, right? So my man Joe Green getting to hit everything. But average Joe can't get a player, right? Unfortunately for women, they want relationships with Joe Green, but Joe Green doesn't want them, right? But here's the conundrum. No, when Joe Green is ready to get married, and Joe Green is ready to marry, suddenly he's getting real picky, right? And the reality is, he doesn't want a woman that's been on the carousel. He also doesn't want a woman who is, unfit or got a bad attitude. That's just the reality of it, right? But when we talking about Joe Green, I don't want you to just believe me. I figure it best that we hear one of Barbados's cultural icons. Yeah? And who better to hear on this particular topic than the illustrious aqua rodent Surf Rat, right? So let us hear what Surf Rat has to say. Neil, I would have sent you a video there with Surf Rat delivering almost a sermon of sorts. If we could get Surf Rat on screen, that would be fantastic. So while you cue that up, Neil, folks, this is indeed the Senate podcast here on YouTube. You are watching it. It's 24 minutes past the hour of 8 in Barbados and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. See my girl Annie C in the house. Good to see you as always. Rihanna saying she tried out the dating app. Left for the dating app, guys. Left it out.
That's what she tell you? That's what she's saying?
Yeah. See my man Jerome Hall in the crank, man. Good to see you, my brother. Yeah. So hit the like button, share the content, hit the subscribe button as well. We are 391 subscribers. If you could get that up, please, we won't mind at all. So let me just sort that out, right? If you're liking the content, you feel free to put some ones in the chat. That's apparently the going thing. So Neil, let me know when you're ready. Well, we can get to that, Jason. We can get to that. We can get to that. The 6-6, right?
You ready? Mm-hmm.
Let's hear for the aqua rodent.
Stupid. These women, right? We're going to deal with a man that they're like, I'm on top status. Yeah, top status. Come up with phone and play and breathing. See the man there, I said, friend, you know who see? Friend, hold on, man. He named Joe. You're going to inquire about Joe. Somebody say about Joe the fuck him. And they didn't know how to pretend that. Man, he's a human man and the other pussy. You know? Then, you find out Joe fucking friends, Kim sister, Joe the fat pussy. You know what I mean? Everybody go, you put your, you? Joe the evil fat. Joe fat the fat. You got to read between lines. Joe fat the fat pussy in Barbados. You put your face check, so. That you know Joe is a pussy man. You know what I'm saying? We're vexed about. Then I got man named Tom. Tom simple. Tom ain't getting a pussy you can't carry. Tom ain't never care about pussy you can't carry. He like pussy but he ain't after it like a dog. Tom never care about pussy you can't carry. He like pussy but he ain't after it like a dog. Tom can't have a sucker body. You know what Tom? You got Tom ain't fooping. Everything. But yeah, still, you vex when you find out that Joe fooping that pussy, when you know from the beginning, Joe is a fooper man, Joe named Joe Green! Joe Green! So shut your mouth and walk behind your man when your man left and see your right going. So shut your mouth and walk behind your man when your man left and see your right going. Hold on your head and move on.
Leave the people please.
Right? So that is the Right Honorable Akko Rodent.
I had that video deal for Lord knows how long, and I found it so poetic the way that the Akko was able to put over himself, and I laughed when I saw that because these are the things that we describe every night, every week, and people just feel we talking junk. Neil, let me just check the date. I got that. May 5th of May 2022. Yeah. So I've had that for a while. But anyhow, here's the thing, guys. Men in the US, or they say they what? Ain't worth the trouble. They're going to Brazil, they're checking out Colombia, they're going as far as Thailand, all right? Belgian men, be easy going to Guyana. That's how it's going. I figure out how some years ago, no Belgian. May look through Parliament. Big boys, none of them had a Belgian wife, right? So I know most of you will say, and this is one of the arguments I got today, that these men are doing this because those women from these other countries are easier to deal with because they're not in the best economic situation, so men can kind of dazzle them with some money and material things, right? Also, the women can't really verify who they really are, right? So let's assume that that's true. Let's assume that these women are from poor economic situations and they are looking for a come up through a man, or let me not frame it like that. They are more appreciative of the fact that a man comes along and is willing to help them. Well, firstly, who doesn't want to have an easy time with someone? Who wants to be fighting with somebody if you try to establish a relationship? Like, first thing I want to know, right? Secondly, if this is indeed the case that these women are easier to deal with because they're from poor backgrounds or whatever, all right, the women get what they want, provision and protection from a man, and the men get what they want, an easy woman to deal with. So as far as I see, everybody wins, except the women that have been left behind. And when I say left behind, I mean left back in their home country, right? Let's also consider this, folks. For all the talk about men's relationship skills deficit and the rising relationship standards, if you watch any dating show, it could be the late Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, or it could be Kendra G today, you will see mostly Generation X and early millennial women calling and complaining about the scarcity of good men. And what do they say? Generation X, early millennial. Dr. Matos talked about what? 25 to 45. Generation X, early millennial, 25 to 45 is smack dab in that age bracket, right? And they're calling every night complaining about being a good man. But here's the rub. When these women calling, they are rarely concerned with a man's character. Yeah, we get oh my God, it's only fair. Let me repeat myself. When these women call into the shows, they are rarely concerned with a man's character. So it seems as if the only standards that have risen are the material ones. According to this goodly doctor, the rising relationship standards that have many men on the outside looking in, you know. But what are these standards that have actually risen? Kanye said it best. Another, you know, gifted poet. He said, Instagram got your bear. Instagram got your bear. Yeah? Shoto Asta, he quoted that to the chooser. In this modern time, with external forces like social media, women, not all, you know, you gotta sit out for the not all, but women have become more delusional about having a city girl like style and the ideal man. And this is coming back to Jason talking about just now. They want a man that's 6 feet tall, 6 figures a month, and 6 abs. And he would tell you, shoot, you gotta go at least 6 inches, right? Women want a man that can pay all the bills and travel. That's the thing. If you watch a dating show, they are all obsessed with traveling, right? So the reality is, folks, the average middle-class man, which tends to be most of us under the sound of my voice here tonight, can no longer afford the average woman. So go with me, folks. Go with me. Let me check hypergamy at work, right? When we were at school, there were certain girls that we couldn't get close enough to even smell. Okay? And these girls were running out of school when the bell rang to check a conductor or a fireman. We get the fireman. I ain't showed the fireman in a while. Probably not since season 1. So after you left school, after we graduated, we left secondary school, if you had access to a little car, you were able now to run out the conductor man or the fireman. But if they had another fella who had a car and some disposable income, he could carry shit in a fat or whatever, he will run out you. Yeah. Fellas, if you could relate to what we're talking about, put some ones in the chat. And the same thing is happening on the dating apps now, but this is happening on a physical level, right? Women are going for the best available options. The hypergamy is real, folks. The more attractive you are, the more access you have. The more resources you have, the more access you have. Again, hypergamy is real. Anybody in the chat feed that short man get forward on a dating app? Let me be real. Shoot, they're telling you to go list your height in the dating apps now. Some men tell you from the time they put that them at 6 feet, matches going up through the roof. So anybody feel short man getting forward, broad man, fat man, the only short man to ever pull off that kind of action was the Tinder swindler. Look at the Tinder swindler. He was a short man that got some forward. But why? Resources, or at least the appearance thereof. He was able to flash a lifestyle and women ran behind it. Now, does anybody think that those women were attracted to his personality? Yeah? You think that they were attracted to his relationship skills? We actually saw in the end that his personality was actually quite rotten to the core. And I feel you need to add here that we can all bet a left testicle that those women had other men in their DMs that they refused to give the time of day because they didn't have the resources to match the level of the swindler. As a wrap up, right, I want to share some interesting research with you guys. So let me get these 2 graphics on screen here, the last 2 screenshots, right? Because after all, men are indeed the source of all the ills in relationships today, right? Men are just up to par. You got me there, Neil?
Yeah. You're
All
on
right.
there already.
Lesbian couples likelier to break up than male couples. On 1st April 2001, the Netherlands celebrated first same-sex marriage. Statistics Netherlands reports that, since then, more women than men have married a partner of the same sex. The breakup rate was also higher among female same-sex couples. And then this last little tidbit, more lesbian than gay couples decide to break up. Lesbian couples are more likely to divorce than gay couples. In 2005, 580 lesbian marriages were registered. A decade later, more than 30% had ended in divorce. Gay marriages are less likely to end in divorce. After 10 years, more than 15% of gay marriages had failed. The breakup rate for heterosexual marriages was 18%. I can come back to that at the end. Men today are like Steve Rogers. I would have alluded to this when we did the Civil War live stream, right? Men today are like Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, right? We live in today, but with a value system and standards from 60, 70 years ago. Women have changed and evolved, gentlemen. And ladies, before you come for me, there's nothing wrong with that. You will tell you all the time we are feminists here. We believe in equality, yeah, of opportunity. Even equality of opportunity. Most liberated, most educated than at any other time in human history. Go get it, ladies, right? The problem comes when the new evolved modern woman still wants a man to protect and provide for her as a traditional man from the 50s and 60s, yeah? In 2022, men are still giving up their lives because we've been conditioned for millennia to protect. And I'm pretty sure most men will still do that. In 2022, men are paying rent, buying groceries, and the like for women because they've been conditioned for millennia to provide for their women. No, fellas, do that for your women, not nobody else. we recorded a short with a man who said, you know, hey, if he's sleeping with a woman, he feels he needs to provide for her. We can bring that out for you guys
next week. Next week. Yeah.
Bring that for next week. Because we got a wild one coming tomorrow, right?
My gosh.
So this is the conditioning. This is what we do. So fellas, nothing wrong with doing that. Protect, provide, problem solve, procreate. But do it for somebody who is on your team, on your page. Somebody that show you that then down for you like 4 flat tires. Right? The only standards that seem to have gone up are women's material standards. And again, let me say, not all. We know that not all, but they're not all police. But when we look at the last 2 screenshots we saw just now, we consider that women can't stay with women either. Is it really the men who are falling short?
Right, ladies and gentlemen, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Just like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell because we do content for you 5 days a week, along with this space Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. in the live stream. We also do the Senate shorts. And yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, and share. And let's get it. So, now there I've made a promise to myself, right? Yeah, my condensed.
Pick up my bro, man. Pick up my bro. I gotta give my bro an air horn, man. For real. That is my guy long time. Pick up my bro, man.
Condensed puppy.
I gotta give a Keisha for that there too.
All right. So here's my thing right there. Now I've made a promise to myself because I legitimately have figured out, you know, I have figured out why we get the pushback. Right? I have figured it out. I'm not going to elaborate here, but I figured it out. In either case, that article that you just read, right? I think, for me, I agree with the article, and I can tell you why I agree with the article, right? I agree with the article that men do need to step up in terms of, you know, they were talking about emotional needs. They were talking about, let me see, let me make sure I got my words right here. So let me pull out the article here. It says that what it is, the relationship standards, right? The relationship standards, good, bad, indifferent, however you look at it, whether it's material or whether it's emotional availability and willing to share and be vulnerable, they have increased, right? There's no disputing that. Whether the standards are right or wrong, that is not up for us to debate. But there is more angst about men and women in today's society in relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So I agree with that. I agree. I think that because I read this article when you would have told me about this today, right? And I say, you know what? Let me read this article. I actually read this article before you even brought it to me, right? And it says, like for example, to say for the skills deficit, right? Men have always had a problem sharing their feelings and emotions and being with a woman on an emotional level, right? Men don't talk because men feel like it don't make sense to talk.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? At the end of the day, we want peace to get peace, or we want peace. P-E-A-C-E. A matter of fact, we don't even. Sometimes we don't even care about the P-I-E-C-E. We just want peace in the house. Yeah. So I do think that there is men we do not share. We do not. We dismiss. We compare men. Like men and women think differently. Men and women process things differently, right? So with that article, I do agree. I do think that we men, because we tell men all the time to level up, get in the gym, get your money up, be on your purpose, etc. We don't stress enough the mental health aspect. Yes, I do talk about doing therapy and everything like that, but I actually do agree that you have to, in a relationship, it closed out by saying that article said that you have to be 10 toes down. You gotta go all in, and I agree. I actually think women must do the same too for a relationship to work. There must be mutual trust and good faith going into a relationship, right?
Right.
So I have literally no.
What?
Huh?
Mutual trust or what?
Good faith.
Okay.
Right? But hold on, Derek. Because I again, as I tell you, I understand. You see, the majority of women are not the ones that we address. When we talk about good women, we talk about women that want to get married or whatever. We're not talking about the majority in the Western world, right? There are some women that are materialistic driven. It does benefit women in this society and everything that, but by and large, when we look at the other communities and the other cultures in the Western hemisphere, by and large, they get married at a higher rate than Black people, and they're staying together more than Black people. I mean, sure, data and statistics could be skewed because they got in some territories where these things are measured, there are more white people than Black people, right? But I do agree that men do need to emotionally level up themselves, right? Put themselves in a position where they can have a mental and emotional connection with a woman to have a healthy relationship. Because you want a woman to be healthy with you. You want a woman to be there with you. You want a woman to be whole with you. You got to be the same, right? I said earlier that I can stop in doing something. You see, when we come here, we talk about women that operate in the hot girl summer. We talk about a certain small subset of women that seem to permeate, particularly in the Black community, right? They're not the majority. There are some women out there that just like material things. Will you bring to the table? I am the table. We know about them women. I have made the conscious decision to stop talking about them women. I don't talk on them. So anytime we talk, like for me, when you brought this to me, I am now thinking about women that actually do want to get married, women that do want to be in a relationship, and women that understand what it means to be in a healthy relationship. You understand what I'm saying?
I get you.
And with that in play, I think, that article plays a significant role. It is true. We men need to level up in every form of facet, and we have to be emotionally available to a woman. I know that people don't like to hear about emotional vulnerability and that sort of thing, but if you want a relationship to work, I am telling you there is always talk about a soft place to land. You want your woman to be a soft place to land. In doing so, you have to trust her emotionally, meaning that you have to find a woman that is willing to nurture and foster and provide that nurturing emotional space for you. Once you have found that, there is nothing wrong in just letting go and being all of that, right? I know, Jason, I don't think that's like two women. They got a lot of women out there that got a lot. I think what we have seen here is that he must have got like two women and one of them married. I actually think, right? Social media has done a few things here. Social media has shown us the absolutely terrible and bad apples out there, right? All of the bad women that we're seeing, when we go on social media, when we go on dating apps, we go on social media, we go for certain things, you are going to see the ones that are bad. Shoot, we discovered them in the shorts, the dating profiles. We know how them start. Dating profiles are terrible, right? The wild. Social media shows you the worst of humanity, not just women, men included too. So I would say, right? I ain't talking to women tonight. And to be honest, I ain't really gonna be talking to one very often going forward. But men, this is what I would tell you all. Continue to level up. Continue to be on your purpose. And one of those things is to make sure that when you find the woman that you want and that you trust, because again, you're operating in trust and good faith. Operate in a sense where you say, okay, I have to emotionally let down my guard and be with her, right? Because that is a requirement for a healthy relationship. Having a person that you're going through life with to be on the same emotional page with. That's important. That is necessary, right? My good friend, man, called the women that we talk about a lot, that we get pushed back on, right? He's called those beggar bangs, right? Because those women are not about anything long lasting and without. So they're about things without merit. They want party. They want to be provided for. They want material things. But I trust you, fellas. There are women out there that simply just want a man, want a partner. I can name women in my head and that I've met that just want men, just want to have a partner to go through life with. And those women deserve to have a whole, healthy, and intact man. Just like you as a man deserve a whole, intact, complete woman. That's what you deserve. Goes back to something we said earlier in the podcast history. Be discerning, man. Be discerning. We already know what the type of women that you should avoid look like. We know. Left them out. they don't deserve any of your energy when it comes to the dating market. Right? But when you find a good woman, and you find a woman that is worthy of being a mother to your children, being your wife, etc., you have to be in a healthy place in all of the leads. You have to be in a stable place in all of the leads. You have to be in a whole place. Just like you as a man are hoping that she is stable and secure in all of her leads too. So once you've found that, move forward. Up your game. Right? But like Derek was alluding to in his monologue, do not follow the standard of he must be making six figures. He got this and he got that. He got to fly me out. I don't want a broke boy. I don't want a scrub. Man, we done with them women. Them women, done with them. We canceling them women. Right? Any woman that want you shaming tactic to put you in your place as a man, we left them out. So a woman want to come and tell you, you're in 6 feet, no problem. Thank you for the critique. And keep it pushing. You don't make enough for me, no problem. Thank you for the critique. Keep it pushing. All while you are doing the work for yourself. All the while you're trying to do what you can do to improve your station in life, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, and all the other leads. Keep on your purpose. A woman tell you, you in effect, you see a woman, you go dance with she give you look up and look down and move forward, no problem. Keep it pushing. No rancor, no disrespect, nothing like that. But just know that you got to go through a lot to find this woman. Just like how women got to go through a lot to find good men. So you know what? I have no problem in saying that men do really need to up themselves in all of the leagues. And that includes emotionally and in getting therapy for the trauma that they would have had before. I encourage everybody to be prepared emotionally and to be a space to nurture that. Now, we know women nurture emotions more than men. That is just biology. But men still need to be prepared for that space. Just like a woman needs to prepare to provide that space. The same way we are asked to provide and we have to prepare to provide for a woman financially and all those things by societal standards, then we must, and women must be prepared to receive that. We must be prepared to provide, to receive the emotion and for women to provide it. So you know what? That's my 2 cents. I have literally no problem with that article. And the article, once you have separated, right? Once you have separated the women that we talk about, because when we say women, I think that's the problem we've made, Derek. When we say women, everybody think we mean all women. So then certain women will get triggered because for them, they don't do those certain things. I mean, yeah, we get a bit of pushback from the women that do those certain things, but that's neither here nor there. The point is that the women that we talk about that men should avoid, I think every man here knows them. They ain't about nothing but themselves and an experience. Let them women alone. Be discerning, be on your purpose, be prepared, be healthy, be whole, and keep it pushing. Do that. I ain't saying you ain't got problems. I ain't saying you got problems, but at the end of the day, you know, I had a conversation with you there a few weeks or months ago by this time, where you said, you know what? If you operate in good faith and you approach a relationship or potential relationship in a space of good faith, honesty, doing what is right, respecting the woman, respecting yourself, and respecting what you're trying to build with the woman, if the woman up and decide to have rank and vex and don't like how you do things or whatever, you can't get vexed within yourself because you've not disrespected that woman. You know what I mean? You have, from your peace of mind, you have done everything to show that woman that you're the man that is going to be the best partner for her. If she don't want that, if she don't like how you do things and don't move, gentlemen, keep it pushing. I know some of you get married, and I know sometimes the left and you get break up. That is what it is. I'm sorry, but we have to separate the types of women that are out there. There are good women and there are bad women. Just like there are good men, there are bad men. Right? We talking about good women here. I know I can get pushed back, like, so what's a good woman? So I ain't a good woman. I understand. We're not gonna always be vexed because we talking about men's perspectives, and that includes our opinions on women. And I know we've been told that we misogynistic, we want men getting the kitchen, we supporting all sorts of things. That's fine. I don't care anymore what y'all think about what we say and who we are as individuals. I just think that we need to be more proactive in taking care of ourselves in all of what we want. If you really want a wife, put yourself in that position that you can find a good woman. If you go out there and you're on the dating market and you find a banger bag, as my buddy would say, then you'd say, you know what, no problem. Don't disrespect the woman. Keep it pushing and move on. Good women are out there, gentlemen. It's just that social media influences a lot of both men and women. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Well, I say this to you, Neil. At the end of the article, the goodly doctor encouraged men to go all in, right? And only today I watched 2 pieces of content, right?
Mm-hmm.
With one lady was having a back and forth with Kevin Samuels, and she shared that she was in a relationship with a man. She was 21 at the time or something like that. And he was like 47, right? And this man wanted to marry her. To her mind, she wasn't ready for it or whatever. You know, some kind of excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Karen Samuel's point was, well, hey, you were sleeping with the man, you was paying your bills and everything. Why you come marry the man? There was another piece of content I saw where this woman who was on the street being interviewed. She was literally homeless on the street. And she too was in a relationship with a man who was older. And she even reflected on the fact that she was living with the man would come home on Fridays, she would prepare certain things for the man, etc., etc. That man wanted to get married. She was like, she ain't really about that. The harsh reality is there are many, many women who are scared about getting into a relationship and getting married. So to ask men to go all in, where you are gonna meet a woman who does not want to go all in, because the suggestion is that men fix yourself and automatically these women can be, you could got better options. That's not necessarily the case, and we need to be very mindful of that fact, right? And it's good to encourage men to do the best for themselves, keep improving and all that. Definitely we encourage that all the time. But to your point, you definitely got to be vigilant. You got to be very, very vigilant and be mindful of what is you're looking for in a relationship, because you can't just go in, you all in, 10 toes down, as they say these days, and then you meet somebody who is not about that. I know you are left to pick up the pieces. There are men in this chat right now who have done that, and I've had to come and regret it. We got friends of ours who have gone all in, and they still can't work out why the partner, wife, or whoever decide that they don't want to be with them no more, right? So when you suggest, because the article is suggesting that men do not have the relationship skills, on the other, let me be clear. I encourage men to definitely be on point and do the best to elevate themselves. All that, I subscribe to that. I endorse that. But when you suggest that this thing is all on men, that men gotta do all the work to bring this thing together, I gotta push back on that. I have to push back.
So that's my thing, right? I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't know if you all can hear that, but that's not right. Anyhow, I agree with you, right? But my thing is that for me, I think what we need to realize, because it's something that people are not realizing, right? Dating, particularly in 2022, is a crapshoot. Literally rolling the dice. Is Russian roulette. Is you literally gambling. It's casino, right? And I you know, we understand why there are movements like men going their own way.
Gamble.
Huh?
I don't gamble.
Well, the unfortunate thing is that at some point you will have to, you gotta take a chance. And I say that as being in situations where you with somebody for years and then it don't work out. That is a gamble, right? Whether you change, that person change, or whatever. What I will say, right, is that I think for men and women, both, I can speak for a man, so I will speak as a man. We men are frustrated, tired, and scared because not only are we afraid of being taken advantage of, not only are we afraid of getting our hearts broken, we're also afraid of being taken at the end of a marriage. Do you understand what I mean? We are afraid to get all of our resources taken from us, or half of our resources taken from us, because things did not go. You think in 1 year you chose a great woman, 20 years later this woman filing for divorce, and y'all don't recognize each other, right?
They don't met 20 these days.
Well, it's true. They don't make that is a fact. But for me, it is I think that you just got to be discerning. I will always keep saying, keep bettering yourself and be discerning. You got to know how to choose, right? And you always got to be vigilant. You always got to be in communication with the person that you're with, and you cannot ignore your gut feeling and the red flags. You understand what I mean? You know, sometimes ago, Derek, you was talking about love. And, you know, we were having a joke, talking some foolishness. You say, you don't really about your love thing. This love thing, whatever. This was a joke, tongue in cheek, right? Don't clip down now and say that Derek ain't about love. Because you know some owner. But no, we were having a joke and whatever, right? And I'm starting to believe that a lot of us get caught up on the love. Love is important, but we caught up on that love feeling. We want that butterflies. We want that to permeate as the years go on, right? And that is more so women, if we can be honest. Because women emotionally want that new feeling, that bubbly feeling. And then when they don't get it, they push. You know what I mean? Some women just be up to no good. A lot of women just get with men to incentivize being on welfare, incentivizes women to have children out of wedlock and be single. You know, divorce is something that's incentivized as well. But in my opinion, man, my advice to men is keep one eyes open, better on yourself, be discerning, and I hope that Derek and myself have shown you the type of women to just sidestep, or not even just the women, but just the characteristics that sometimes present themselves. Just sidestep because it's not worth it. That sort of thing is not worth it. You try to get to a prize if you really do want a woman, you really do want a relationship, you do really do want a partner to go through life with. You gotta take some risks and you gotta do some gambling. But ain't everybody that worth, trust me, one in probably 20 people worthy of saying, yeah, let me go forward. Not in 2022. So be careful. Be careful. You know what I mean? And I do agree with you, Derek, that you do have to push back on because there's something that I'm not saying here, and I'm making it a good point not to say, and that is, you know, that article is written, when you read it, it reads as if it is kind of putting it all on men. As a matter of fact, it was sent to you in a bad faith situation, as if to say, men ain't ready, right?
Pretty much.
And that is far from the case. Because I could say that about women too. I could bring data and statistics to say that about women. But you know what? We've done that before, and we get told that we're misogynistic, because it's very, very funny that it's misogynistic when we say, if we were to say something in bad faith and say, you say lesbian thing, right? Lesbian marriages don't last like anybody else marriage, right? We send that to show that women ain't really getting relationships right, regardless of if they were men or women, right? If we send that to somebody, we be burned at the state. Misogyny, rate, da, this and that. But we get articles where, and it is in bad faith, just saying, look at one and look. Shoot, even Psychology Today is saying that one ain't ready, right? I have given up on trying to push back on certain narratives because people won't believe what they won't believe. As far as the concern, we out here, we are responsible for every ill in the world. The people that believe that, the women that believe that, and believe that me and Derek ain't a good, and the men that's watched me in a good, and men like we in a good and thing, and they're waiting for Prince Charming to come in a white horse or Bugatti, whatever. I hope when I get it, you know. I hope when I get it. I hope when I find the Ring of Mordor and the Ring of Power, and when I enjoy myself and ride on the Falcons and live life. But to
see my mom, Matt Brown here saying love dead and money killed it. And this is the thing, right? That is so profound, because even here, right? Let me be real. If you are jobless, right? You immediately women will always look to be with a man who can provide on some level. Yeah, and that because women, you know, I ain't telling you the lies. When we first started, one of the first questions we asked was, what do you look for in a man? Most of the women said a job. Most of the women said a job.
Even when we pushed on that, it's not even a job. They want a man with a career.
It's a certain kind of job, because they want a van man.
They don't want van man. They don't want the man pumping gas. They want the nut man.
So if we know up front that you have to be able to provide something, unless, of course, you providing stick. If you providing stick, she would definitely find somebody else to provide, you know, the money, resources, whatever. And the black man could provide the stick. Sure, I'm sure most of the men here was positioned as black man at some point. Or if you weren't, unfortunately, if you were the guy providing resources, you were unfortunate enough to have a black man providing stick to your woman. We've all been through it. I see Rihanna here saying it's definitely not all on men. A lot of us women are damaged, and going all in can be scary. Being vulnerable, the risk of being hurt, again, she shuts down. She isn't ready for a healthy relationship. And that is fine. Then don't say you want one. Stop out of the dating game. Because guess what? Women do not have the exclusive rights, the trademark, or the patent on being hurt. Men get hurt all of the time. And guess what? We just got to deal with it and move on. Because if a man come to you and say, well, yeah, I've been hurt before and they really guarded with my heart, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear now about you my ex-woman. You don't want to hear now about first thing women say they want a baby mama drama. Because they mean nothing to do with your past relationship. So whatever you had that
you
went on in a past life, ladies.
Far in that boy.
If you went on in a past life, seek a therapist and get that stuff sorted. Because, and I'm going to borrow from Kevin Samuels one more time, making the man in your present, pay for the sins of the man in the past, will leave you with no future. So, if you've been hurt, deal with it. Because you don't want to hear that your man has been hurt and he deal with his stuff. Sort yourself out.
But you know what they call that? Call that toxic masculinity. Right?
Or file it on the one, the S.
Right?
You don't even chat here a little bit, Neil.
But before you continue, I just gotta say this. I have to say it there. I appreciate, I appreciate everybody that watches our show, right? And the people that contribute, right? But you see, Rihanna, I know Rihanna for a long time. Years. And Rihanna is someone, when she can say something like, it's definitely not all on men, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? I appreciate that because, of course, we know there's always there are chameleons, right? The people that will say stuff like that. Not saying you're doing it, Rihanna, but I'm saying there are some women out there that will say stuff just to sound woke and sound progressive, but really and truly not about that, right? Not saying it's you, Rihanna, but I appreciate the fact that there are people out there that understand what we're trying to say. I appreciate that. And I mean women, because what we are trying to say is as simple as nobody had clean in 2022 when it comes to relationships. No one. Everybody has trauma. Everybody walking about with some sort of trauma. And it has stemmed from a relationship. The older you get, the more junk you carry on and the more baggage you have. Right? So when we read certain articles and when we hear certain things being said and when we see certain content, we's gonna laugh. And we had to create this space because there is always say we're the counterbalance. We're the counterweight. No boy don't look at the view and say, oh, they should got men pan there. You know what I mean? No boy don't say, look at Oprah, maybe she should have a male co-host. Dr. Phil, he should bring on a woman. Because by and large, they are speaking in support of women. Not saying that we are not speaking in support of women. I actually think we are speaking.
Want here.
Exactly. You know what? I'll leave it at this. Watch Steve Harvey when he talk show, and watch Steve Harvey off he talk show. And you can understand what he's trying to say. But Steve Harvey when he talk show is a far different animal than Steve Harvey in the interview talking about relationships and men.
Yeah, man. I don't say your graphic there, Neil. You could put that up on screen there for me, and then they can get the chat. Right, because I find that feeling a little annoyed right now.
Why are you annoyed?
Because again, I said it last week, not Tuesday. Some people just feel the need to be blunt about it. Dull. Some people just want to be deliberately difficult, obtuse, if you want to call it, right? And again, they do not approach the discussions in good faith. So a man sent me that bullshit article today with a laughing emoji. And then I really didn't want to mess up my chi and want this good afternoon, but I spent more time than I wanted to addressing it. So that's why
I have found out roles have reversed. Or roles have reversed.
Yeah, just a little annoyed because I feel like it is. People prefer to hear nice, pleasant stuff.
People want villain.
Just telling the lies. And it's too much for me. Anyhow, give me that graphic there, Neil.
Yeah, you're on screen.
Yeah, fellas, you are not a rehabilitation center for broken people. It's not your job to fix them, change them, parent them, or raise them. You are on a partner, not a project. And ladies, that applies to you too. If you got a man that, In up to the mark. Push. Don't stick up. To me, my Jason about asking how can we put something in the offering plate to contribute to the Lord's work. Well, hit the like button. We are where it's us. Right? Time before say that the short that was ridiculous. Patreon for a space something. We gotta work out something for those of you who are willing to contribute.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's funny, right? I was gonna broach this idea with you, Derek, but then it was like, it makes sense, but it's good to see that people are willing to do that. Anybody that is willing to do that, we could look into doing something like that. So we appreciate that. At least, even if it's just a sentiment, we appreciate that.
For real. Yeah, just checking out the comments. Jason, that's all. My enemies are after me. Yeah, bigger they take this fiddler.
Wild.
But with the first reason, man, a shallow, this kind of like a paper cut. Some of them shallow as a kiddie pool. Search Anna Arcana by women who share distress trying to date women. The most handsome man is an overweight billionaire. Believe it. Jay-Z said famously, there are no ugly millionaires. The reason you get pushed back is that people have itching ears and like smooth talk rather than truth and facts. Yeah. Come to realize that. And as Neil said it, he didn't really care what we say right now. I know who I am, I really care what we say either.
I don't care. I don't
People
care
closest
anymore.
to me know who I am as well.
I don't care.
I ever tell the fellas, if you think that I rough, we would not want to have a discussion with my mother. That's a story for another time.
Shut up, mums, man.
Yeah. That being said, when you find a trustworthy woman, it's much easier, especially when they are discreet and reserved. That's the lady there you're describing. But hey, you know what I mean? Aston says, yeah, be soft and watch it get weaponized. We can talk about all of that there. So when we start talk about men in abusive relationships.
Wait, what was that you saying? That what? Men in abusive relationships?
Yeah,
men as being abusive relationships there?
Indeed they do. And I spent significant time researching that. That show is going to be epic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rihanna says it's not about being soft, being able to communicate effectively and being able to express your feelings in a healthy manner.
Now, Rihanna, that's why I say I appreciate, you sound sweet. You sound good.
Sound real sweet.
And listen, we all agree. But that's fly out the door with certain people.
Not only that, you find that it sounds real good in theory, but then when feelings get involved in it, no.
That's what I tell you.
And the need to be right kicks in.
That's what he's telling you.
Nobody trying to hear what a man saying,
Man want to hear logic, nobody want to hear no reason or the communication. Matter of fact, I remember I had one of my first girlfriends. She's the type of woman, if when they're shouting, when they're resolving, nothing.
Yeah, and I can't deal with that kind of thing. I tell straight. I don't shout, I don't curse.
I just bring logic. So, and she
if you plan to address me like that, it ain't gonna work. So
facts on facts. Facts on facts.
Stuff in the house. But yeah, it's all real good in theory. But when people upset, you'll be surprised to see how quickly they communicate effectively, goes out through the door.
And that's
expressing feelings goes through the door, and then it's weaponized sex and all kind of thing too, right?
And that's where you must be discerning. You must discern people that are emotionally mature to communicate. But
let me say here,
that's a hard road to travel.
There are good women out there. You gotta know where to find them. I ain't saying that they don't exist, but there are too many chameleon women who talk very well and say the right things, but then when you line up the actions with the words, the two don't really match, and that's a problem. And I think a lot of men get caught up with that, especially if the packaging attractive trick because women look good. You be more It's like people willing to put up with Kyrie Irving because he's awesome talent, not realizing that he might dysfunctional. So men are more likely to put up with awesome talent. Let me put it down there.
Kyrie is a perfect analogy, dog.
Even if your talent is dysfunctional.
He is the perfect analogy, boss.
Yeah, you know.
As a bag of murder and just
dead up good, but they're really nagging on there. Antonio Brown. You know, this you good at what you do, but you're dysfunctional. But they don't want that around them. And yes, Rihanna, when you find a good woman, it's worth it. When you find a good man, it's worth it. Definitely. Yeah, the call of the streets is too strong, says Jason. Yeah, and that's the harsh reality about a lot of ladies out there who've been around.
There's no authority in the streets. There's no authority in the streets. No contract, no obligation.
And we know, and a lot of women do not want to be told, or let me not say told what to do. That sounds bad. Let me say they do not want to have to answer to anybody. Yeah, my woman, fish or fowl. You know what I mean? So
fish or fowl.
They prefer to be out there in the streets. Okay? Because. But that's another submission episode. Apparently, I have to address submission again, Neil.
I tell you, we should do one a quarter.
I know about that.
No, just
I got one more of them in me. One more.
Yeah. I with you there, brother.
As it says, only one thing they all in be. Remember the cartoon with Lucy holding the football for Charlie Brown the cake? Yeah, boy. That's how it goes. Tariq, 10 toes in and the women putting in the pinky toes. Yeah, men have been hurt too, Rihanna. See it? Look it coming up here. Well, man told me you don't know a woman till you meet her in court. She's on braid.
Who said that?
Jason Bell.
You gotta play that air horn again, brother. Play all again. Play control.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, I said what I said.
Yeah, you don't know a woman till you meet her in court. That is, let me some lyrics there. We just sit back here and chat a little bit. You don't know a woman until old man, boy. Old man's got to talk for you.
Well,
yeah.
No, I was saying what? Well, go ahead.
Tell find your house empty, says Aston.
Yeah, man. I just want to say that I open up the phone lines. I put the link. I pinned it. Anybody wants to call in, have a conversation. You know, we could chop it up. I open the phone lines right through. So you can call in. We could talk.
Steve, not a job, certain jobs. Yeah, you got certain jobs. Stick from the van man and buy from the career man, says Tariq. Correct. The dualistic mating strategy, yeah, boy. See you in the content, Jason. Correct. And you see, agree, Rian. A lot of men and women don't take time to heal from past hurts and go forward in something new, hoping that a new person would help make you whole. And that's why we had that graphic on screen not too long ago. Correct. Little to no corporate or government support for non-pandering men's content. Correct. Government somewhere up high on the limb branches of the breadfruit trees. Tell them what they want to hear. Keep the money train moving. Correct. That is it, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Neil.
Yeah. I just want to say, right, like, you know, and I think everybody that watches, whether you agree or disagree with our content, you must agree that we live in such a peculiar time. We live in such a fantastic time, right? Where social media and the psychological juices that is gay, right? Just have it got us acting like I said this. Sorry to be rambling, right? But I said this to a buddy of mine earlier this week. I say, you know, we have progressed in the last 50 years so much as a society in terms of technology, progressive ideas, equal rights, everything across the board for men, women, minorities, everything. We have progressed so much, right? We got rovers on Mars. We got, you know, the James Webb telescope that's showing new images that Hubble wasn't even taking before. But you know, we as human beings have not matured or adapted to this technology and these freedoms that we have. I think that's one of our greatest feelings as human beings. I feel as though, you know, we have done such a great job of making things easy now. And people to have opinions and to say opinions and to be empowered and to feel as if they matter. And to shoot. Man, look, look at the technology we got now. There on a laptop, up on a camera, we still black men, we talking 50 years ago. This would have been akin to witchcraft. But I don't think that we, as a people, I hate to say that. Let me come again. Us as humanity, I don't think we have adapted to the progress that we've made. Because we live in a world where one opinion matters and is valid, and the other one is not, only because it's contrary to your belief.
Sure, don't make any time go Fox. You got to push. Always good to have you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, man.
Enjoy the night.
Yeah. But yeah, it is a very interesting, if we do not go with if you don't go, ain't even popular opinion, it's not even popular opinion. If you do not align with what is being said, wait, what? We got somebody in here. Hold on a minute. Derek, boy, you may God carry the show for a little bit while they sort this person. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, man.
Let me see if I can get this person. Hold on one second for me.
Sports, we watching the Senate podcast. Hit the like button. You see, we are 18. Like, see if we can get to 20 years so in a snap. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it.
Right.
And yeah, to your point, Neil, I would have to say I think that we are too comfortable with the technology, and as a result, it has allowed us to show our entire ass, and people just wailing on the technology. I mean, every day you are presented with some of the worst of human nature on social media, and the hurtful part about it is not the actions that you see being displayed on social media. The hurtful part for me comes in the comment section, because invariably you will see somebody doing some dog, and then somebody coming in the comment section, but not somebody, usually somebody's plural, in the comment section, trying to justify and validate some of the nonsense that we would have just watched in the comment section. And for me, that is frustrating, it's annoying, but it's informative. And I encourage men to continue to look at social media and watch social media. Don't consume too much of it. Because they love you all, but don't consume too much of it because it will mess with your psyche. So yeah, let me on it so you can see what's going on in this world, but try not to get infected.
Oh yeah, that was a great advice. All right, let me see here. Let me try to work this in. There is. Wait, hold on. First things first, let me cut out some things. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, while I try to get this all up and running. Guest, you there? I think your mic is muted.
Hi, everybody. How y'all doing, gentlemen?
Yeah, man. Yeah, good in the house.
Hold on a minute. Why am I not hearing you? Let me figure this out. Give me one quick second here now again.
Testing 1, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Senate podcast. Hold on a minute. Let me get. I see what's the problem now. You there, guest?
Testing 1, 2. Good evening, everyone.
You can hear the person there?
Yeah, man. Loud and clear.
Wait,
good night to my fellow misogynists.
Something going. Give me another second there. There, you there?
Yeah.
So I can't hear nobody now. All of a sudden I can't hear nobody now. Wait, hold on a minute. Oh shoot. Oh yeah, can't hear nobody.
Hello. 1, 2.
All right. Give me a second here. So people just bear with me, right? I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so I got that. I can't hear nobody. Let me know if you can hear people.
Hello.
Right, you can hear the guests. Derek can hear the guests.
Hello.
But I can't hear nobody. This is fine.
Derek, just let Neil know that I appreciate the work you guys doing. I just wanted to address the whole issue of
Let me try to work this out here. So let me try to
self-infliction.
figure this out here. So
But before we go tonight,
Derek, just engage the guest. I don't know who it is or anything like that, but
man.
I would try to slot in where he could get in. People let us know. Everybody say they can hear. I am the only person that can't hear, so we will see how this works out. So,
Yeah, man. Go ahead, Jason.
blessed good night to my fellow misogynists. I hope you all are doing well. Yeah, and the support. Yeah, the support for me, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's no problem, man.
The wisdom of the age, yes, the wisdom of the age.
Indeed.
I just thought I would jump on here quickly and say thanks again for the fine work you've been consistently doing. And I just want to raise the question about male self-delusion, because you gotta watch YouTube. This whole thing about loneliness. I really encourage men to go all in formats like these and to encourage one another and open up to one another. We got to protect ourselves. And I know
all times.
I know the women we mean well, and yet because of their nature, they sometimes can't help but lash out at someone who's actually opening up to them. Again, you could dispute that and say no, not all. We could do that all night long. But I just wanted to raise that question about despair, because sometimes these situations do cause a lot of mental despair, and we've seen the steady drip feed of people offing themselves over the last couple of years, and it's very disturbing to say the least. So that's just what I wanted to say. Jumping off here, blessings to all.
Yeah, man, appreciate the contribution. Thanks so much.
Who was it?
It was Jason.
Oh yeah, thanks, Jason. Sorry, man. Thanks, Jason, for the contribution. Yeah.
Yeah, man. He was just expressing his appreciation for the stuff that we do, for the work we're doing. And he also talked about many men feeling a sense of despair with the whole situation in terms of the dynamic between men and women, and then sometimes they feel that you don't have anywhere to turn. So to share with you guys that we lost a brother and a contributor, a viewer. We lost a viewer a couple of weeks ago. He was taking on some stuff that he was experiencing personally. See, again, Mark saying that he's a victim of social media. His views of relationships these days are down. And I will not.
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't get down. Right? Believe you me, there are good women out there. I know that everybody feeling hurt and you're feeling, as Jason said, the sense of despair. But if you choose correctly, if you see certain things and leave them where they are, like there's certain women that I just will not ever engage on that level, just by observing them. Right? Just by observing them. There's certain women that I just do not engage. I can speak to you, hey, how you doing? All is well, but
be polite.
When you see certain things, I just don't engage with them because I don't need that kind of stuff to mess with my chi and oneness, right? So the thing for us as men is choosing. So yeah, that's one thing I'll take for the article. Step up so that you are able to better discern who to deal with, because everybody ain't worth your time, fellas.
Yep.
And just in the interest of fairness and balance, ladies, every man ain't worth your time later. So you gotta look and see who is worth your time and engage them people.
But again, I just find it funny, man. I find it funny that on social media things are taken out of context all the time, and people's hear what they want to hear, man. I just feel, I appreciate Jason saying don't get discouraged, and this sort of content is important, particularly for voicing what men are going through, voicing the opinions, and I wouldn't even say just the opinions, but like the frustrations men going through when it comes to relationships, right? But I will say that as much as we get discouraged, and it is You know, we getting crucified. I ain't saying that we ain't known by many people, but it just feels as though you're beating your head against the wall. When you're just saying things like be more discerning. When we say things like get health, be better for yourself. There are good people out there, but social media exasperates certain things. When we say things like, you know, be submissive, right? People just only hear, oh, so you want women to be submissive. You want women to get in the kitchen. Oh, so we can't do, who are men to tell us what to wear and what to do? Like, down with that. Well, shoot, I was never about that. That's the thing. We never told a woman what to do and what not to do. we never,
It's
shoot,
funny.
you could live the life you want to live. But, you know, you know, I have come to the realization, I think Derek and I are on the same page now, where we got to protect our energies. And I think to protect our energies, we have to speak from a space of, we just cannot be bothered anymore with how people take what we say. I know Derek for 30 years. Derek know me for 30 years. I know Derek is not a misogynist. I don't think Derek is a misogynist. And I think that's what should matter. You know? All I ask is when they see me in the streets, but they don't want to talk to me or what they got something to say to me and it's not pleasant, keep it pushing here. Because I am not that person. If you step to me, you better be happily married. You better have your children in order. You better be submissive to your man and your man submissive to you. And you better be enjoying life. Because if you step to me and me and you single, when we got to fill out documents, me and you both taking single, then you ain't want me to start talking. Because I'm not going to be rude, you know. I'm not a rude person. But I don't abide foolishness. And I don't abide people telling me that I am something that I am not. Especially when what they're doing is essentially the polar opposite. Well, not polar opposite, but it's the feminine version of what they're accusing me of being. You know, it's just so hilarious that people could practice misandry based on their opinion, but they're cool. But when we say something like, you know, consider just not being so, you know, totalitarian and materialistic and, you know, just consider certain things, consider a man's feelings.
Man, no happiness. Folks, it's 9:33 in Barbados and the rest of Eastern Caribbean. You are indeed watching the Senate podcast. We've come to that kind of time. We got some stuff to trigger you with. So
brother mine. Yo, in full transparency, right? We recorded some shorts here the other day, right? This was 2 nights ago. Let me tell you what I'm saying. See? Tomorrow, put on a hard hat here. I am not even going to put what it is about in the title. I can just say this is the worst short we've ever or this is the most. I can just I don't even. I want it to just be. I want everybody to be as triggered as I am. And if you say you got more stuff to trigger me with, I ain't able here. Call in.
Sodom and awesome.
Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah is what we do.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. But still, let me know about it. Just make sure you know where they are, right? You can ignore reality all you want, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. Be the best version of you for you. We can see you guys again very, very soon. Look out for the shark.
Yes, Jason. Derek has outdone himself. This is the mountaintop of shorts.
If you thought the woman that asked the man to live on her deathbed to sleep with her ex was bad, tomorrow's a doozy.
Let me put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this to the masses, right? Out of every short that we have ever done, if you tell we 100, I think it's 140 shorts we do already, right? If you take all of those 140 shorts, you combine them into one, they are not 1/3 of what come into more.
Boss, please remember. You can see what I get so bad. Peace.